How's it going, everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we are taking a look at the Snaptain SP7100. It is a foldable brushless motor, 26-minute flight time, 4K, 90-degree remote tilt adjustable, 5G Wi-Fi FPV, optical flow sensor, ultrasonic sensor, GPS RC quadcopter, ready to fly. So taking a closer look, we have the foldable arms, which are spring-loaded to keep them from accidentally folding in and from accidentally folding out as well. So about midway out is neutral, and it will spring into the direction of the fold. Now, we also have foldable props as well, and it is with a center hub. Now, the arms are staggered in design. The front arms are higher than the rear arms, but the motors are just about at the same height due to the raised rear motors. Now, we have the power push button switch right on the top of the canopy. We have 4 LED lights in the rear that will indicate the amount of charge that is remaining on the battery. Now, the battery is removed by pressing the latch button and holding the 2 sides and pulling it out. And the battery is a 7.6 volt 3600 milliamp LiPo battery. It is said to be good for about 26 minutes of flight time. So to put it back, just slide it right in and it'll click into place. Now, in the front, we have the couple of LED lights looking like eyes and the 90-degree remote tilt adjustable 4K 5G Wi-Fi FPV camera. Now, there is no electronic image stabilization on this quadcopter, nor a mechanical gimbal on this one, but the camera is anti-jello mounted. So it'll take 4K videos and 4K photos and record them to the micro SD card. And the micro SD card slot is on the side of the quadcopter. It supports up to a 64 gigabyte micro SD card, class 10 or higher. Now, without a micro SD card inserted, it will still record 4K photos and 1080p videos to the phone app and thus into the camera roll of the device that is used. On the bottom, we have the optical flow sensor camera to help to maintain horizontal positioning and the ultrasonic sensor to help maintain altitude position. There's also the built-in barometric pressure altitude hold as well. There are status LED lights on the bottom of each of the arms, and there are 4 rubber pads and no other landing gear, but it still does a really good job in sticking that landing. Now, this quadcopter feels very well made, and if compared, it is equivalent to the quality of the Holystone HS 720. It is very similar except for some design differences. Now, the SP7100 will weigh in at 511 grams with the battery installed, so it will need to be registered. The remote control is set to be good for about 800 meters in control distance, even though there is no antenna wire running up the antennas. So these antennas are basically just for looks, and they do look good folded out. We have the pull-out phone holder, which will hold my iPhone 6 Plus with a minimalistic case, and that will be the biggest phone size this phone holder will support. We have the fold-out hand grips, and it feels good in the hands. Now, on the left shoulder, we have a rotary dial for the camera tilt, 0 to 90 degrees, and a dedicated photo button. On the right shoulder, we have another rotary dial, and it is to change speeds. Rotated that way for speed number 2 and rotated this way for speed number 1, and a dedicated video button. The gimbals feel good enough, although they are not hobby grade. We have 4 LED light indicators. We have the headless mode button, short press for headless mode, and long press for emergency stop. We have the return to home button. We have the power push button on and off switch, the 1 key to take off and 1 key to land button, and the GPS on and off button. Long press to turn GPS on and long press to turn GPS off. Both sticks to the bottom and to the left will calibrate the gyros of the quadcopter. Both sticks to the bottom and out will arm and disarm the motors of the quadcopter. Now, there are no sequence for compass calibration with the sticks, but once the quadcopter is powered on and the remote controller is turned on, it will automatically bind and go into the compass calibration mode. All right, so let's power on the quadcopter. Let the ESC sing their tune and power on the remote control. Okay, automatic bind, and it is also now ready for compass calibration. So you will need to calibrate the compass every time you fly. So rotate the quadcopter horizontally in either direction until it beeps and the status LED lights change blinking sequence. I'm going to rotate it clockwise. There you go. A single beep is heard and the status LED lights are now blinking in a different sequence. So horizontal compass calibration is now complete. Next will be the vertical compass calibration. So hold the quadcopter with either the nose up or with the nose down and rotate it in either direction until another beep is heard and the front blue LED lights go solid blue. I'm going to do it with the nose down. There you go. Another beep is heard and the front LED light is now solid blue. So vertical compass calibration is now complete. Now both sticks to the bottom and to the left will calibrate the gyros of the quadcopter. Now, as you can see, the rear lights are still blinking because it has not acquired the necessary GPS satellites. And in the GPS mode, you will not be able to arm the motors. So long press the GPS button to turn off GPS. And now you are able to arm the motors and are able to take off in the non-GPS mode. But you will not have GPS position or the return to home. So do not press the return to home button while you are flying in this mode. So if you do fly in the non-GPS mode, you will need to land and turn on GPS and see if the rear lights go solid and a long beep is heard, which will indicate all of the necessary GPS satellites have now been acquired. But my rear green lights are still blinking, so it has not acquired all of the necessary GPS. But once they are, you can arm the motors and take off and fly. And this new takeoff spot will now be registered as the new home point. And the quadcopter will now come back to this new home point when it performs the return to home, fail-safe return to home, and the low voltage return to home. Okay, here we go with the test flight of the Snaptain SP7100. Everything was turned on and calibrated, gyros calibrated, the compass has been calibrated, and it is waiting for satellite acquirement. So in that meantime, let's go ahead and start the phone app. I'm going to be using my iPad here. So getting into the settings and waiting for the network to show up. Okay, here we go. There we go, Snaptain SP7100. And here is the app, Snaptain Epic, free downloadable app in the App Store. So check it out. It looks like that. Hit start. And we are in the interface. I'm going to go ahead and screen record. and screen is recording. All right, let's hit OK, and we have Wi-Fi FPV. All right, so first things first, still trying to acquire the necessary GPS, but it says 15 GPS satellites, and the Wi-Fi connection is going in and out. Let's see here, I got GPS. I have acquired the necessary GPS. That long beep indicates that. And let's go into the settings here. Let's see, beginner mode is turned off, but if you turn beginner mode on, flight distance is limited to 30 and flight altitude is limited to 30. So you want to turn beginner mode off if you want to go further than that, and hit save. And hopefully we have saved it. So let's go ahead and take some photos. Okay, hopefully we're taking a photo there. There we go, a shutter noise. And here we go, making our rounds. All right. The video quality looks good. Oh, that one didn't shutter. And the Wi-Fi connection has gone 0, as you can see on the top. Oh, now we have green. Oh my goodness, it goes in and out. And there's a big delay here as well. Okay, so taking some photos there. And let's see, let's go ahead and take a video. Start the video. And look at that, it doesn't want to take videos for some reason. The counter is not even counting, and the Wi-Fi camera is showing red and 0 signal. Oh my goodness, so that is not good, guys. So why don't I go ahead and take a video with the hard remote. Okay, hopefully it is taking a video even though the Wi-Fi is not showing it, and I am screen recording. So for this demonstration purposes, I'm going to be uploading the whole video in 1080p. So even though I'm taking videos and it's recording into the micro SD card in 4K, I'll be downgrading it and uploading it in 1080p. If the video quality comes out good, then I'll do another video and upload that entirely in 4K. So I'll leave the iPad right here. So let's go ahead and check it out here. Both sticks to the bottom and to the out, and it arms the motors, and 1 key to take off. All right, there we go. And it is holding pretty steady here. Let's go forward just a little bit. All right, so let's see how good the position hold is. Let's get it angry and let go. All right, goes right back to where it was holding position. So let's check it out here. So speed number 1, and this is full pitch and full yaw, and that is the speed in speed number 1. Still pretty fast. Let's see, slow down, let me turn around. And it's a little bumpy when you let go of the sticks. So let's test that out, letting go of the sticks. Oh, whoa. Does a toilet bowl activity. And will it position hold? Yes, it will position hold. Okay, there you go. So let's go to speed number 2. All right, and here is the full pitch and full yaw in speed number 2. Brushless motors on this one. I'm not sure what size the motors are. I believe it's 2204, about 1500 kV motors. Oh man, this is a little bit erratic. It doesn't come to a hover right away. Okay, so it is hovering now. So let's raise it up a little bit and let's check it out here. Okay, do I have video? Okay, let's tilt the camera down. Continuously holding the tilt and continuously holding the tilt up, and looks like I might be frozen in time. I got no Wi-Fi, so I can't really see what I'm doing here. Oh man, oh, it did go down. Now it registered again. Let me go back up. Oh my goodness. The Wi-Fi is the issue here. It goes in and out. So I don't know if the camera is up or not. Let me bring it down and physically look at it. Okay, slight toilet bowl activity. I'm gonna tilt it down, and there you go. I can see it tilting all the way down, and I'm gonna tilt it up, tilting all the way up. Okay, hopefully we are still recording a video to the SD card, so I can show you guys that at least. Alright, so let's test out the core functions here. Hold on a second. Before we test out the core functions, I have to land and establish a new home point, which will be the landing pad. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the 1 key to land. And it is coming down by itself, and I'm controlling its path. I'm redirecting it to make it land on the landing pad. There we go. A little hover above the ground. Touchdown, and the motors turn off. Okay, so a little bit of issue with the Wi-Fi phone app with this drone, and also the toilet bowl activity. Okay, so let's go ahead and arm the motors, and 1 key to take off. And from the ground, that will be the height that it comes to hover. So let's go ahead and go up and place it right about here. I believe the altitude is 15 meters. So let's go ahead and hit the return to home button right here. And it rises up, and the remote control is beeping. And there you go, 15 meters in height, coming backwards. And wastes no time, and it starts to descend. And of course, while it's coming back, you can hit the return to home button and retake control of it. Let's see how close to the landing pad center it comes to a landing, and that is pretty good. That is almost right down the center. A little skip and a hop helped it out. So put it back right here. Alright, so now it has canceled out, I believe. It's not beeping anymore automatically. So let's go ahead and arm the motors again and manually take off. Alright, send it out once more and hit the return to home button, and it's going up once again. And on the way back, I'm going to hit it again to retake control. There you go. I hit it again, and it has stopped its return home process, and I have regained control of it. Okay, so far so good. Now it's not doing the toilet bowl activity as much, and look at that bird checking us out. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the fail-safe return home by turning off the remote control. Now if I turn off the remote control, the video is still recording, correct? Yeah. So how long does it take before it realizes it's disconnected? And there you go. That's about how long it takes. I'm not sure what the manual says. I don't think it says anything about how long it takes, but it took about a good 6 seconds or 7 seconds. And it is coming down and comes to a hover. And let's see how close it gets. Looks like it might miss the landing pad this time, but you never know. Yeah, it's gonna miss it just by a little bit, and that is still very good. All right, and the motor's turned off, so very good. Good fail-safe return home. All right, so I'm gonna turn on the remote control once again. Let's see if it automatically bound. Yep, there you go. So automatically rebinds, so that is good. Looks like I am in speed number 1 though. So let's send it out one more time, and this time I'm going to go ahead and turn on the remote while it is heading back from a fail-safe. So turned off the remote, and let's see it go up in the air. How long does it take again? Right about now. Yeah, about 6 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the return to, or the power button. Okay. But it's coming back. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the return to home, and I have retaken control. All right. So I got to go back to speed number 2. So it automatically defaults to speed number 1 when I turned off the remote control. So once you got reconnected, you're going to have to hit the return to home button for you to reconnect after a fail-safe return to home. So far so good. All right, so I'm not sure if I can be able to do some FPV because the Wi-Fi is just not working at all. Look at that. Where am I? Yeah, no bars showing on the camera icon, and I'm doing a yaw and I have nothing, guys. So this is really bad. And I connect it with my phone, and my phone just crashes as soon as I open up the app. So I cannot even start the app with my phone. So there's some definite fixes this thing has to make with the Wi-Fi phone app. Other than that, it seems to be flying pretty good, and hopefully I'm recording a video. So let me go ahead and let go of the sticks, and look at that. Now it's doing the toilet bowl activity by itself. Hopefully it doesn't get any bigger, and it's not going to hover this time. Let me go ahead and, wow, okay, but it is still starting to do the toilet bowl activity by itself. Okay, now it's on a hover. Let me go ahead and hit that video icon or video button. Okay, the first time around, I don't know if it recorded because it's supposed to go beep beep when it stops. Now it's recording a video. Oh geez. Am I recording? Looks kind of like I'm recording. Okay, so in GPS mode, this thing is not very well flyable because of the toilet bowl activity, and that is not good. So when I let go of the sticks once again, right here, look at that. Holy cow, that is not a safe quadcopter. And if you are a beginner, this could hurt somebody if you're not careful enough here. Okay, so let me go ahead and stop. And let me go ahead and bring it in too. Let me go ahead and land it, because apparently you cannot get out of GPS to non-GPS mode while you are in the air. So that took a long time to get descended as well. Alright, so there you go. Let me go ahead and hit the video button one more time. See, that means you turned off the video. So at least we recorded that segment. So let's see, I'm gonna hit the video button again, and then now I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the GPS. Okay, that has turned off the GPS, and the GPS indicator light is just solid. So when GPS is turned on, it blinks. When GPS is turned off and you are in non-GPS mode, it goes solid. Okay, arming the motors, and 1 key to take off in the non-GPS mode. Now in the non-GPS mode, you don't have return home functions and none of the GPS functions. So even though you press the return to home, it should not work. But I'm going to go to speed number 2 here. But don't press it, just in case. You never know. It might go back to the last known home point that it had registered. Maybe it still has it in its memory. So you don't want to take a chance. So let's see. I'm going to go as far as I can this way. Line of sight, I guess, visually, till I cannot see the quadcopter anymore, and see how far I can take this thing. Go up in altitude a little bit, and hopefully it's recording a video. And so far it is doing good with fake antennas. Look at that. I'm still heading that way. Okay, I still see it going, and that's about halfway there, I think. So perhaps about 300 to 400 meters now and beyond, and I can still see it. So this quadcopter has pretty good distance. So I'm still pushing it, and there you go. I'm going to bring it back. So remember, I don't have GPS turned on too, so I don't have return to home. So I'll just bring it back. So pretty good distance. Control distance. Looks like that could have been about 500 to 600 meters maybe. So I'm bringing it back, pulling the sticks back, and it is heading back. So definitely need to try this thing out with an all-in-one VTX with the GPS turned on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it in because we have no GPS. Okay, now it is behaving very erratic, and I am unable to control it, as if the wind is too strong for it or something. Okay, I'm trying to push forward. This is speed number 2, and it's not really moving. Look at that. Okay, maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and land it and see if we are in low voltage or something. Okay, bringing it in, 1 key to land, and it is gradually coming down. Okay, so that was a flight with GPS turned off. It is a little smoother, and you don't have that toilet bowl activity, but it kind of drifts off by itself. Not because of the wind, but I'm not sure what that is. I wasn't able to really pitch forward. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the video again. So we saved that video. I'm going to hit it again. So recording a video and turning off GPS. Or did it turn on GPS? It is not blinking. So I turned on GPS, and now it has acquired the satellites, and now it is blinking and it sent out a beep. So now I know we are in GPS mode. Okay. Okay. There we go. And let me just bring it down to see what the level of battery that is remaining. Hopefully it doesn't do any. Okay, we got 2 bars remaining on the battery life indicator, so we might be in low voltage, but there's no beeping going on. So there should be a 30-meter geofencing, in which I've already surpassed. So it is not quite in the first phase of low voltage. So it has 2 phases. First phase of low voltage will limit you to 30 meters in distance and 50 meters in height. And once it goes into the low voltage return to home, if you are beyond 30 meters, which I am right now, just cruising, it will come back and within the 30-meter radius to the home point and hover. So you are able to retake control of the quadcopter and fly about. And then when the second phase kicks in, it will land. So let's go ahead and see if that works. So I won't come closer than 30 meters and I'll stay far away. Hopefully we got video, guys. It does fly good. So let me go ahead and let go of the sticks and see if we got position hold and no toilet bowl activity. Yeah, no toilet bowl activity this time. And it's holding steady now. So yeah, sometimes it does toilet bowl and sometimes it doesn't. So not very reliable, unfortunately. And because it doesn't have a gimbal and electronic image stabilization, the video could be very shaky at times as well, even though it's 4K. And it should be kicking in pretty soon. 26 minutes of flight time. And on paper it says 500 meters Wi-Fi distance. So I'm not sure about that. My phone normally works with other quadcopters. Even though it's an old phone, I had no issues with it. And sometimes some of the apps do not work correctly. And this one is not working correctly. And on the iPad as well, the connectivity is very poor. But it all depends on your device. So it might be just my equipment. And there you go. Triple beeps. And we are in phase 1 of low voltage. Rising up in altitude and is heading its way back. And look at that. Automatically comes to a hover. So now, but it is doing a little movement there. Oh, now it became steady and it is holding its position very well now. Look at that. It is not even moving. Okay, so we are in first phase of low voltage. So there's a 30-meter geofencing. Let's see. There you go. Bounces back. And does it do anything? No, it just holds its position right there. So let's bring it back and go the opposite direction. This way. Still triple beeps. Boom. Geofence. Alright. So there you go. 15 meters in height and 30 meters in distance. So let's go up in altitude and see how far it goes up. Yeah, that's more than 15 meters in height. So the geofencing in altitude is not working, but geofencing in radius of 30 meters that's working. Okay, so you have a geofencing without altitude, just 30 meters in distance. So once it goes into phase 2, which means that you got only 1 bar remaining on the battery life indicator, then it will come back and return home. And the beeps will change from triple beeps to a long solid beep. And it seems like this one also has a very long period between the first and the second phase of low voltage. There you go, geofencing all over the place. Let's see if I got video. Okay. No, it doesn't look like I got video, guys. Nope, no video. Which is a shame because you are not able to do Wi-Fi or see where you're flying. And usually my iPad does a very good job, and I use my iPad when I'm in desperate need, and this time it's not even working. So because of that, I can't really say this is a good one to get. And also because it does not have a mechanical gimbal as well as the electronic image stabilization, so that's already, you know, not as good as some of the quadcopters that are coming out now. And raising the bar with mechanical gimbals and electronic image stabilization built right in. So all of these quadcopters are now going to have to catch up, because without a gimbal and electronic image stabilization, it just doesn't do the same thing. So we are still in phase 1 of low voltage, and I can't do any FPV as well. There's a little toilet bowl activity when I let go of the sticks. Look at that. Look at that. Look at how big this toilet bowl activity is. Oh. Yeah, don't fly low to the ground, otherwise this thing will boomerang right back at you. So at least go up in altitude if you decide to get this quadcopter, or if you already have this quadcopter. Look at that. Hopefully it's just mine and not others. Oh, it's not long beeps, it's really fast beeps. And look at that. It is too busy doing toilet bowl activity that is not able to come back and land. Oh wow. Okay, so and I am unable to take control of it. Look at that. I can't do anything because it is in second phase of low voltage. So I have to wait until it comes down. Okay, it's coming down now. And you are not able to cancel the return home. Phew! At least it's not doing the toilet bowl activity as it's coming down. Okay, so it's coming down. And man, that is annoying. But look at how close to the center of the landing pad that it is landing. Oh my God. So that is awesome. So let me go ahead and stop the video recording once the motor's shut off. Okay, there you go. And the beeping has stopped too. Okay, hopefully we got that on video, guys. So there you go, guys, my review video and flight test of the Snaptain SP7100. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.